Hi, welcome back to my channel for another unboxing video. Today we're going to be unboxing a couple items because Artec does not have a specifically designed kit for the rear. But for my purposes, it's going to be a rear truss, coil perches, and a raised track bar bracket. And for the rear truss, the part number is going to be JK4420. It wasn't really packaged very well when UPS delivered it, which isn't that great, but it will have to do because on the box is gonna come packaged pre-made. It is gonna follow the same steps as the front armor truss did. 1/4-inch steel plate, and then 10 gauge dimpled. As you can see, it's already basically built for me to just go over the top of the axle and just weld it up. This is for the axle breather tube. It is a solid surface for mounting, which is going to be very good for me because I'm installing a custom 3-link that I'm taking concepts from Rock Crawler's 3-link setup. This portion is dimpled too, and this module JK4420 allows for the coil purchase to still be there. There are other models, so when you are ordering this, make sure you do order the correct model that allows the coil purchase if you're going to stay with coils. For me, I'm doing like a concept of Rock Crawler's custom 3-link with the coil and shock in the rear, and then the coil over with the bypass shock in the front. Not much to this. It's already basically pretty much set up to go. So I'm really happy about this. Moving on to the next portion is going to be JK4425. So I forgot to bring a box cutter, but we're just gonna use some keys. These are gonna be the coil perches. In the box you'll receive 2 plates that weld down to the axle, 2 tubes, 2 little small circles, and 2 coil retainers. Also gonna receive some nuts and bolts. In the box, so it's pretty much simple. There's not very big fancy packaging that comes in the box, but it's enough to get it done. All this is going to be 1/4-inch steel. It does allow you to have the stock setup, to run the stock setup, or stretched. So it would sit like this on the axle face. This would be the forward side, and this would be the rear end. So if you're gonna keep it at stock ride height and not do anything to it, you go ahead and weld it right here, and that'll be a normal position. For the stretch is pushing the axle back a little bit, and it just brings the geometry of your coils from being bowed or bent back to normal. For doing this portion, it would be one of these D-rings. It would have a corresponding part number that would go to each one of them. So you would put the bolt in, put the D-ring over, but you would weld this bolt to this ring, and then from there, after you let it cool down for a while, you would then proceed to weld this little tubing to it. And once you have the tubing correctly welded, you are good to go to weld it onto the position on where you're going to put it. So in whatever case you will be going, if you're going to go with stock, it would sit like this. Like that. Now if it was stretched out and you push the axle back with certain control arms that allow you to push the axle back, or if you have a long arm kit, you would put it on the stretched version and it would sit like that. This is the coil retainer. So while this is being welded right there, this portion would just go over like that and sit like that with this nut, and then you would tighten it down like that. Not much to it. It's a lot of parts and pieces, but make sure you do all your welding. Take your time. Take measurements before you weld to ensure that everything does go correctly while you're installing this portion. So you have two coil perches, as I said before. This will all be 1/4 inch steel. Just remember, you are gonna have to do some spray painting or powder coating to all these items, just to help prevent rust. That's all to it. I will be getting most of this installed during winter break when I'm out of college and have a lot more free time. But moving on, this is going to be a raised trackbar bracket, and it's going to help with more of geometry and my roll center of gravity. And this part is going to be JK4426. So, from as far as I could tell, this one had a lot better packaging than any other one. It comes with like this straw, which is very nice. It's a nice added touch, but I wish they would have done that for like their big components in their trusses and stuff like that to give me more security with that. But in here, you're gonna get two pieces. You're gonna get these two pieces. Both are gonna be laser etched. So this one is very easy to basically put together because it does have only one notch, and this is the part that goes into the notch. So it would just go like this, and then you would weld it like that to make sure everything is nice and secured. This would be the outside, and this wouldn't be facing the street or the bumper. And then while this inner portion will be connecting to the axle tube, it does have several slots for the perfect geometry that you need for your rig. This is all going to be 1/4 inch steel as well. Artec does say that all these components that they do make for the JK work perfectly fine with their trusses, coil perches, and everything. So you will have no modifications need to be made while installing all of this stuff into your Jeep. So please stay tuned for that. But each portion of this kit will vary in price. If you do buy everything separately, the coil perches are going to be $70. The truss is going to be $180, and then the raised track bar bracket will be $50. And these are all rounding up to the highest number, so they're normally like $49.99, so I just went up to $50 to make it a little bit easier. But overall, this is overall great quality, and I'm happy to say that I really do like these products, and I can't wait to get these installed. I will be sharing my install videos as well with these parts So stay tuned for that, and I'll give you my tips and tricks to help you install this in your rig to help make sure you're able to handle more power or whatever you do with your rig. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be having a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers.